I did not know at the time that this occurred anything about what was identified as the Army Futures Command. I had not heard about it before. I was aware of 20-day terms, specifically April 4th, 2018, and April 24th, 2018. I've been in Dallas how long? Not one fucking person has taken an affidavit or any evidence in connection with that specific 20-day. But there's another 20-day, the end point of which, at least according to the actual report that was presented to the Senate committee, is July 17, 2019. I have here 11:16 a.m. June 27th, 2019. That would be 20 days before this report. I didn't tell anybody about this, or did I? This is a contract review regarding an independent contractors agreement. A. Amendment 13th of the Constitution of the U.S. is in effect and inviolable. No term or reference or inference in this or any subsequent contract connected to any activity or endeavor associated with the conditions of this contract, including in regards to any products, services, licenses, or material associated with performance of this contract, may move forward if it is in violation of Amendment 13. All infractions or efforts to infringe upon the guarantees of the Constitution shall be reported and addressed as appropriate in accordance with the laws. As this contract is issued in the state of Texas, Texas constitutional provisions acknowledging the primacy and inviolability of the Bill of Rights are referenced as support. B. Amendment 15 and 19 of the Constitution of the U.S. are in effect and inviolable. No term or reference or inference in this or any subsequent contract connected to any activity or endeavor associated with the conditions of this contract, including in regards to any products, services, licenses, or material associated with the performance of this contract, may move forward if it is in violation of Amendments 15 and 19. All infractions or efforts to infringe upon the guarantees of the Constitution shall be reported and addressed as appropriate in accordance with the laws. As this contract is issued in the state of Texas, Texas constitutional provisions acknowledging the primacy and inviolability of the Bill of Rights are referenced as support. As such, additionally, no undue consideration in regards to religious or other sect, including involving intentional degradation of a sect, is permissible or acceptable. Now, I looked through the contract, or the agreement, which is supposed to be 9 pages. And I started that contract review at exactly 11:30, and I was done by 11:36 because I could not read past the beginning of the second page. These are my notes. I took notes line by line, considering why it was unacceptable. And I said to myself, what if I was representing somebody? See, the understanding was it was supposed to be for a period of some form of training or apprenticeship, or where I was seeking supervision, so that I would be in a position where one day I would be representing people. And I said to myself, if I was representing anybody, by the time we got to the first 5 lines of the second page, we would get up and walk out, and then we would sue the shit out of them. That's what this is. Now, I did not know that the Army Futures Command intended to submit a report regarding stepping up in small business matters. I read the report. It's a crock of shit. It should never have been allowed to be even submitted, much less given the kind of consideration that the Senate provided it with. And I understand that nobody mounted an appropriate response to what was obviously an intentionally engaged act of sabotage by whoever alleges that they're under the authority of the Army Futures Command, and or in whatever manner it was allowed to be appropriated through Congress to say that it's justified in any of the activities that were mentioned in that report. As a matter of fact, what was said in that report and presented to Congress is actually in violation of existing policy regarding requirements specifically for the Department of Defense. And the fact that the headquarters for the Army Futures Command is in Austin, here in the state of Texas, brings up very, very, very important considerations of a refusal to acknowledge the role of the so-called Governor's Commission regarding biotechnology, bioengineering, nanotechnology, biomedicine. It was implemented in the mid-2000s and was initially identified as a replacement for the introduction of the Small Business Code for the state of Texas. That's really all that needs to be said. Now, I did not intend to put a 20-day on that. But I did understand that we were discussing matters of national security and under what authority one thought they were going to get away with what they did.